Brutal honesty time. I haven't really been doing that well here. I've only caught one fish on almost every outing lately. My last tournament, I skunked. I actually left early because the bite was that bad. I caught one fall fish, which that definitely doesn't count. So I'm here at a local pit lake. We'll see what we can do. I might cut off every single lure on all my rods and just reevaluate my life decisions. Let's see how it goes. My boat is sitting in 13 feet. I'm casting into about 5. All right, starting the day off with the panfish. He's got a mouthful of trebles. Come here, you little cannibal. Gonna put you on the gram. I got another one. Oh, he came off. So pretty soon after that catch, my GoPro died, and I had to go to the tripod mount. So let's go over what I was actually doing out there and why I was doing things and if I catch any more fish. So right in here you see me throwing a Carolina rig, and I'm not really catching too much with it. So I'm going to make a change in location, fish some deeper water, and switch up to a blade bait. Blade bait is a really good option in colder weather. So here you see me tying one on and chucking it out there. I'm looking down at my fish finder and I see a hump come up on my graph. So I go into my storage, grab a marker buoy, which I made out of a Gatorade bottle, and toss it. It sank in about 5 feet, and my boat is now drifting over about 17. Now you're about to watch me furiously flog the water, not catch much of anything really. Uh, get a couple of taps, a couple of bites here and there, but not really lighting the world on fire. Moving all around this marker buoy to try and fish this hump as effectively as I can. But it's just not happening. If you look out there, there's hardly any wind. The air is warming up quite a bit, and you can kind of see the lens of my camera is fogging up. That's because I actually have water forming inside the lens from condensation and the heat of the day. So your picture quality is kind of diminished until you can't really see me anymore. This hump is just not producing. The lure I'm using isn't working. Gonna make a quick change, something different, and gonna keep working it until I, try and find some fish out there. Because I'm marking them on the graph. I know that they're down there. It's the right time of year that they should be there. And here I'm looking back at the camera every once in a while, and I'm noticing, oh no, there's water all over the lens, and I can't see it anymore. Oops. Let's get you cleaned up here. Now, there we go. Got the lens cleaned up. Going to sit down here for a bit and make a couple of changes. Change our attitude. The weather's warming up quite a bit. Maybe take off this hoodie and this camera that's not working, and find a better spot, because this deep water is not working for me at all. Both my GoPros died, both the tripod and the chest mount. So of course I catch a fish. Hoodie off, mentality changed, fishing a little shallower with a jerkbait, and caught that fish. He pounded it after I was pulling it over a drop off. So I'm going to keep going with it, see what else I can get. You can see that I'm using a pretty violent retrieve. So I'm really making the jerkbait move when I want it to move, and then I'm pausing it quite a bit to make it, stop in place and hang there right in their face for a little bit. And it's just a change in the, fish's attitude and the way that the jerkbait just hangs there as opposed to being ripped back toward the boat with the violent downward jerks that I'm doing. And right about now, now, that's when this one latched on. Having just caught that bass, I have no idea what this is yet. It's fighting me pretty hard, so I'm assuming that it's a pickerel rather than a bass or a perch. And right here, yep, I see it's a pickerel. It's only got one hook in the very front of its mouth, but those X-Wrap hooks are pretty sharp, and I don't think he's going to get away. I'm going to play him out, make sure he's tired, because I don't want to bring a fresh pickerel on deck with a whole bunch of trebles in his mouth. And yank him in here. There you go. You ever try to grab a slimy wet cat that has sharp things hanging off of its face? That's kind of how I feel right here. This pickerel is pretty thick. I would liken it to one of the summer sausages that you get for the holidays. You ever get one of those? They're really good. Check out how meaty he is. Oh yeah. Toss him back and let's go not catch any more fish for a while because I left fish to go find some fish. Now I got this area that's producing, just caught 2 fish right here. Well, let's get on the trolling motor and leave. That's a real brainiac way to go about things. Let me go fish this point over here and not catch anything anymore. It got so bad that I'm actually going to cut the camera off and go to a completely different part of the lake. Now. So here I'm fishing a very steep drop off with wood on it. And I'm going to switch over to a smaller tactic like a hair jig or a grub and try to catch some crappie. I'm marking fish all along the fallen timber and stuff like this, and my boat is magically moving horizontally. You can see I'm not even touching the trolling motor. I'm just magically moving along the bank. I'm not doing it. Just boat's just moving on its own. So get around to this point, and I know that this is a good area. So we're going to slow down, switch it up, and fish for bass again. Because I know that they've got to be biting along these steep drops. And there we go. Got one. Got to pull it in and swing it in the boat. I'm saying to the camera, finally got one on camera. Because I feel like every time I hook into a fish, the camera isn't rolling. And I'm pretty sure that I have the camera rolling. So, pretty happy with that one. Now let's hit the rest of this point, the steep drop along the bank. There's a beaver lodge in there. Nothing doing in there. Went all the way along it, and that was the only bass that would bite. But I knew he was there. And I'm sure that there were others, but they just were not in the mood. Now it's hard to tell here, but I'm actually skipping this entire bank with the reeds on it. I don't really have a lot of confidence in banks that have reeds. For whatever reason, when it's cold. When it's warm, fish definitely push up into them, and they're definitely, using them as cover throughout the day, even at night. There's lots of bait fish that are in them, but for some reason, I do not have any confidence in reeds when it's cold. They're usually in pretty shallow water, and when it's cold, the fish want to be near drop off, which the reeds just don't seem to have. Um, I don't know if you've experienced that, but it's just my thoughts. Go along the rest of this bank, don't pull anything, and try to find some deeper structure to fish with my fish finder. You can see me looking at my fish finder. Didn't find anything good, worthwhile. Even the good drop-offs didn't have any fish on them. I found this one hump that came up to about 13 feet. Threw a marker buoy on it, and you can see the clouds have moved in. It's getting a little cooler, getting a little darker out. My camera can't even deal with it. Turned everything blue. Now, if you remember earlier in the day, I threw out that marker buoy to mark that hump. Well, I never picked it up. So it's still sitting out there, and as you can see, I'm now snagged in it. I went back to fish it. I didn't move it when I snagged it, so, the only thing that moved was the line. So, I'm keeping the boat around the buoy, seeing if there's anything around there. See if I can, pick up any fish, because I'm still marking them just the way I was, even better than earlier, probably. I'm going to throw this blade bait until my arm falls off. I mean, I see the fish on the fish finder. I know that they're down there. I'm going to snag one if it's the last thing I do. I love how I keep looking down at my fish finder as if the depth has changed. I know it hasn't. I'm right by the buoy. Still the same place. Nope, still the same. Oh, there's a fish. Finally got one on the blade. I'm not sure what kind it is, but it's pretty small. It's a yellow perch. So began the day with a perch. This is closer toward the end of the day. And found another one. I mean, these are decent sized perch. They're no little guys. They're not like bass edible sized. So, welcome aboard. One thing I noticed about that perch was it already had a hook hole in its mouth, and it wasn't from my hook because my hook was in a different place. So either I had hooked it or somebody else had hooked it previously to me. It wasn't the same one that I caught earlier. And at this point, I'm breaking off blade baits and retying things and trying just anything to catch another fish out there. Because I'm still marking fish on my fish finder. You can see that the sun is dropping down behind the clouds, and my time is getting short. So, let's pack this up, roll up the buoy, and head on in. What do you think of this type of video? Do you like the narration? Do you like look into my head as I'm doing things and talking about it after the fact, after it happened? Or do you prefer when I actually talk live to the GoPro that's on my chest? This was an experiment. See if it worked out. And if it didn't, I probably won't do it again. Or I'll do it in bits and pieces as my GoPro dies on me. I like the tripod mount. I think I'll definitely record that because I only had the battery die on me one time and only missed 2 fish catches with it. I did catch a crappie out there and for whatever reason did not have it on any camera. Didn't have it on my cell phone. I just caught it, looked at it, threw it back. Most of the time, putting the boat on the trailer is a bit of a ordeal, but there's plenty of depth here at this ramp, and I have a plank on my trailer. I can pull it right onto my roller, step on my spare tire, and then crank it right on. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead, hit the like button. If you didn't enjoy the video, hit the dislike button. I don't care. I don't make squat off these videos. I don't really have anything to promote. I've got a couple of sponsors. I like my sunglasses from Vut. Motor Hooks have the best swim bait hooks and jigs out there. So go ahead, support them. I'll leave their links in the description below. I'll leave you with a few tunes to take you out, and my camera taken out.